Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Let's play B-Mix.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B-Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Mix. You're a loser.
It is time for B-Mix. And it's time to turn down for tentacles.
Charge up for what? Release the Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken are still playing. What was that? Sploosh.
Wrong button is what that was.
I'm like, who's that old man talking over there?
Sorry about that.
No worries. Yeah, Kraken are playing tonight. Who are they playing? I forgot.
Vancouver Canucks in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Ooh, look at them.
Man, that's up north.
Yep. And then tomorrow starts their final two games at home.
Oh, wow, yeah. And one of them is a
boy.
fan appreciation night, I think. Mm-hmm. So maybe there'll be a mascot? Maybe? Come on.
Even as bad as I want a mascot this season, I don't even think it. You got to just wait till next year.
Yeah.
Game one, unveil the mascot.
I would hope so. Yeah. At least, I mean, they said by the end of the year, and then we didn't know what that meant, and it wasn't at the end of the year. It was just some one dude on a TV show at one point in time said something, and
That guy should be put in timeout.
Yeah.
I say fire, but that's too aggressive.
Yeah, just put you on timeout for a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure he's done other great things for the team. I don't want to see him actually lose his job.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Shane in Phoenix. Shane, are you there?
Hold on. He's
Shane.
No, it's not him. It's me. Hold on. There he is. Hello, Shane.
Shane, you there?
I'm here.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Shane will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Shane, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am.
What type of animal flew into space on the U.S. V-2 rocket launched in 1949?
Chimpanzee.
Yes. In what decade was the candy bar Butterfinger invented?
Oh, geez. The 50s.
No.
60s.
No.
40s.
No. The big unit was the nickname for what baseball pitcher?
Randy Johnson.
Yes. What does the WD stand for in WD-40?
Warner Brothers.
No.
WB-40? WD. Oh, water displacement.
Yes. Beginning with M. What is the real first name of singer Lizzo?
Michael.
No.
Marshawn.
No.
I have no idea.
You want to pass?
Pass.
Chili con carne means chili with what?
Meat.
Yes. Who played Paul Blart Mall Cop on the big screen?
Oh, God, I know this. He's on the King of Queens. Oh, pass.
What state is located on the northern border of Pennsylvania?
New York.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correct.
All right. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, right down the middle, right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
he's halfway there.
Yeah.
Hi, Vicky. I had to say that. I'm sorry.
No. Don't be sorry to say hi to Vicky.
She's very happy.
I love Vicky B. There, I said it.
Oh, nice. Well, don't forget to subscribe to her OnlyFans.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, okay, I will.
Steve,
Sign me up. Send me an invite.
Steve, you're back.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
What type of animal flew to space on the U.S. V-2 rocket launched in 1949?
And a what?
What type of animal flew to space on the
dog.
No.
Monkey.
Yes.
right.
In what decade was the candy bar Butterfinger invented?
Decade. I'm going to go 50s.
No.
60s.
No.
70s.
No. No. The big unit was the nickname for what baseball pitcher?
Randy Johnson.
Yes. What does the WD stand for in WD-40?
Oh. Wet.
No.
Wet drain.
No.
Water dispenser.
No.
Wow. Damn.
No. Beginning with M, what is the real first name of singer Lizzo?
Mary.
No.
Mizzo.
No.
Good old Mizzo.
Melissa.
Yes. Chili con carne
Wow.
means chili with what?
With meat.
Yes. Who played Paul Blart Mall Cop on the big screen?
That would be Kevin James.
Yes. What state is located on the northern border of Pennsylvania?
New York.
Yes. What is a group of whales commonly called?
Gaggle.
No.
Sperm?
No, a sperm. A sperm of whales, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You win! 6-5.
So lucky.
Paul Blart was the deciding factor there,
Sorry
Shane.
about that, Shane.
Yeah. That's all right, you guys. You guys make my day. I listen to you all the time. I want to give a big shout out to you guys. You guys do wonderful work out there in Seattle, where I just moved from Phoenix, or from Seattle to Phoenix, to get away from some influences. And I listen to you guys all the time. I'm in Ohio right now.
Oh, wow.
I'm parked at a rest area, but I did want to tell you I love you all.
Thank you, man.
Especially you,
Wow.
Vicky. Especially you.
buddy.
Ay, gracias. This
Well,
is like the hype man we all need in our lives.
Yeah.
And I hope whatever influences you're getting away from, things are going good for you, my man.
Yeah.
Me too.
Didn't forget to play the song now. Uh-oh.
I just checked the text line.
Yeah.
There's a lot of text messages. Apparently, chimpanzees are not monkeys.
Oh.
They're apes, not
what?
monkeys. They don't have tails.
Oh,
Monkeys
Rev, you
and chimps
ruined you.
are not the same.
So it's a
So
tie.
which one? Yeah. So which one? Well, which one did go up into space? Was it a monkey or was it a chimpanzee?
I don't know.
Well, you're the one that asked the question.
No, he's asking Steve to see if he gets it right.
Well, I guessed monkey.
Yeah, he said
You
monkey.
said monkey. I wrote monkey on the thing. He said chimpanzee, so I was like, oh, okay, fine.
So now, oh boy.
Jeez.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
That's what
I
I'm
know.
saying. Like
Now I get why he left Washington
then the
to
guy,
go to Arizona.
then the guy probably, if you wrote monkey on the
what was
thing,
the
that must
full
have been the
question?
answer, right?
what type of animal flew into space?
Well, it says monkeys and apes have
So
both
on the
been to
US
space.
on the US V2 rocket in
there you
40
go.
and
Yeah,
49.
If a monkey's
Yeah,
different than a
Becky.
chimpanzee.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if you
wanted to
had-
get the full question.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
while we figure that out, the WD stands for water displacement in
Yep.
WD-40. Shane got that one correct. Also, does anybody know what a group of whales is commonly called?
Oh, we all know this, but Steve.
What is it?
Oh, we don't know? Oh, pod.
Yeah, it's a pod.
I don't know. I know that from Star Trek, the whale
I'm
movie.
scared
That's why.
to death of whales. I need to know my enemy, Steve.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Keep your enemies closer.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the decade that the candy bar Butterfinger was invented was a lot earlier than everyone was expecting. It was the 1920s. Oh, wow. Yeah, 1923.
Oh, wow, really? The 20s when they came up with the Butterfinger. Mm-hmm. I guess it does feel like an old-timey candy bar when you think about
Yeah,
it.
it's one of my favorite candy bars.
I think we should continue to say that monkeys are chimpanzees just because there's one texter's writing in all caps. A chimpanzee is not a monkey. A chimpanzee is an ape. A chimpanzee is not a monkey. It's just nonstop text. We have gotten under the skin of somebody, BJ.
Well, I mean, I get it.
Well,
I
at
mean,
least we know the text line works.
if you do know the difference, it does bother you if like people are saying like something's the same.
He's still texting.
Yeah, I feel like you still won, Steve, because Rev was looking for monkey and you said monkey. He just happened to give that guy the correct answer that was not.
So what you're saying is I won better.
You won better.
Or gooder.
Yeah, you won gooder. I thought it was a tie, but, I was trying to just find a way to get one of my loser songs in one day.
Gosh,
But
this guy's
not gonna happen.
texted a lot. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, that
Hey.
texter really wants you to know.
Yes.
Well, you know what? When you're not good at a lot of things in life and you're good at that one thing, that's when you get a chance to shine.
That's the one thing I noticed on the text line. When somebody's passionate about something, they get very excited to let you know you're wrong.
Yeah. I know. You gotta love those. Well, hey, you know what? That's one of our listeners. I'm gonna say it's one of your fans, Steve.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm cool with somebody that just believes in the integrity of a chimpanzee.
Integrity.
I'm glad that we've been schooled.
Well, you know what? Talk about that debate. We got another debate going crazy on the internet, and it's about what one New York Yankees fan was doing while at a ball game. And this was not, throwing stuff at a Cleveland Guardians player. This was a dude that actually was, not bothering anybody, just enjoying a hot dog and dipping it in his beer while enjoying his hot dog and eating it.
I saw this, and I saw people losing their minds about this, which I think is funny that people are losing their minds over these kind of things, but I would never do it.
A sports columnist on Twitter tried it with his friends and said, don't knock it till you try it. It's a new stadium tradition. I don't see what the problem is because we have beer-battered stuff in life.
I get it. I think it would ruin the beer, though. Like, I don't. The hot dog would probably be improved a bit, but like, if you're dipping a hot dog with like condiments into your beer,
I don't think that's going to ruin the beer.
See, I think it would.
First of all, it looks like it's Eddie Vedder.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of funny.
And it doesn't really look like there's any condiments on that hot dog.
One.
Yeah.
It's just a plain hot dog, and he's just decided he's going to get, dip it in the beer and have it. It's sort of, the Northeast is a dunking culture, the idea of Dunkin' Donuts. We just like to dunk our food into our liquids.
My mom loves to dunk, like the devil dogs, like the Enterman things. Like, she'll dunk it in her tea. And that's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner for her. Just different types of food products from Enterman's or whatever. It's kind of ridiculous. But I'm looking at this, and I know you say beer battered this and that, but when it's beer battered, it's like crispy and tasty. Like, this is now you got a soggy bun that you're eating.
The only time I've
That's
ever
a soggy bun.
That's what she said.
The only time I've ever seen anybody dip hot dogs into a liquid is when they do like the food eating competitions when they're trying to get it to go down their throat
this
faster.
guy is obviously a professional then, right?
Maybe he just wants beer everywhere on his food.
Maybe he's just eating like a chimp monkey.
Oh,
yeah. Is it Joey Chestnut? We never saw the guy's face.
That's true.
Joey Chestnut, the chipmunky? I have no idea. Which one is it?
It's Eddie Chestnut.
I don't want a soggy bun.
Yeah.
Like, you ever get like a hot dog that they keep like in like a tin foil, like they're pre-made, and then you unfold it, and it's like because of like the heat inside and the moisture, you all of a sudden have like this soggy bun. I'm like, I like my buns crispy, man.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, but then again, and I think it's the Italians that get credit for this because of the biscotti. The biscotti starts out real hard, but gets all soft when you dunk it in your coffee.
Yeah, we don't know the hardness of his buns there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you guys be willing to try this? We do have a hot dog roller.
We have two hot dog rollers, which I thought about yesterday.
One's mine.
You got to do it quick, though. I feel like that it won't be too soggy if you dunk and eat real quick. But you're right. If it stays there it's just like a sub. If you get like a wet sub at any sub shop and you let it just sit, if it's got all the mayonnaise and all the dressing, whatever you put on the sub.
Or like if you get a sandwich and they have the au jus.
Yeah.
You dip that.
Yeah, French dip. Those are fantastic.
You guys are bringing up some good points. I just never thought about dipping something in a beer and thinking it would taste good, but I've never tried it.
It honestly doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, I'm with Vicky. I don't. Or whoever said they didn't want to do it with condiments. That would make it weird.
Yeah, like if you had mustard in it, then you're going to ruin your beer.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a beer mustard?
Yeah, you don't know. Have you ever squirted mustard in your beer?
That's true.
Well, that really sounds like an Urban Dictionary thing. I don't want to try it.
Beer.
Somebody says it's called the redneck French dip.
Oh, I like that actually.
Is that really what it's called?
I choose to believe that. I think they're making it up, but that's awesome.
I feel like they just come on. I've never even heard of this whole process, and now all of a sudden there's a name.
Vicky found a video of a guy that keeps his hot dogs in his pocket.
Someone thinks it's the same guy as the guy in the video.
Oh, pocket dogs.
That's a Mets fan, not a Yankees fan, though.
Well, he's got the curly hair. I think that's why.
Wow. He really does have it in his pocket. Come on.
Maybe what if that's just his thing? He just finds weird things to do with hot dogs.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't want to.
Boy, that whole thing just looks.
At least it's the front pocket, not the back pocket.
It's true.
Yeah.
Just back pocket makes it worse.
Yeah. At first, I was looking at this text. I was like, "This is very insulting." But the more we talk about this, I might have to agree with this texter. Slow news day, huh? I can't believe dipping hot dogs in beer is really a topic of discussion. Who cares?
Oh, wow. All right.
Wow. What is with the texters today?
It's Tuesday, man. Tuesday's the worst day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're extra salty about the chimp monkeys.
Yeah, first of all, I think it's big news to find out when a Yankee fan actually isn't throwing something at somebody. I mean, that's big news. That's it. That's a big headline.
They ran out of batteries.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we got a recent study. Hopefully this will do it for this texter. A recent study asked people what makes for a great neighbor. Maybe somebody that doesn't just text abuse you all day. How about that? Wouldn't that be a great neighbor? I'll tell you what topped the list at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a new poll. Pretty much all of us. I mean, it's really crazy. 92% of people believe they're a great person to live next to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Man.
Hell yeah.
I make up the 8%.
Best neighbor right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't think any of us are going to dip in out of that 92 percentile, huh?
Nope.
Yeah,
maybe BJ. BJ's probably the worst neighbor to have.
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
and at least I admit it, but I just wonder why people can't see that. All right, look, there are moments when you're just not a good neighbor, and yet 92% of the people don't think they have those moments.
Well, I guess it's based on what criteria, because for me, the criteria is just leave me the F alone, and you're a great neighbor, and I leave all of my neighbors the F alone. So I feel like I'm a fantastic neighbor.
Yeah, that's the problem. Some people go, that guy doesn't talk to anybody, he's so cold, doesn't answer his door. That could make you a very bad neighbor in people's eyes.
That is not fair. I do talk. If they say hi, I say hi back.
You mean when you from behind your door where you won't answer?
No, if I'm walking Lulu or we're outside playing with Tatum, and then the neighbors will walk by and like, how you doing? I'm like, we're great. How are you? And then we go on our
Hey, Steve, not to put you on the spot, do you know any of their names?
I know my immediate neighbor's name, like the ones right next door to me.
Solid. Yes.
Right.
Those are the ones you should know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I know the names of the mom and the dad, but I don't know, they have a lot of people living there. So, I don't know all their kids' names or, their mom-in-law or whoever else.
As long as you know one, that's good to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the guys behind us, no idea.
Yeah, I mean, we have a new neighbor to next to us that I really don't know. I met way back in the day before they bought the house, and I haven't really spoken to him much. I wave to him every once in a while, but I don't see him much. But I feel badly, but at the same time, I kind of had some animosity for the house being built in the first place. It's not their fault.
You hated them for the house blocking your view.
Yeah, it's not their fault. I mean, they just bought the house once it was built. They didn't even have it built. It was just put on the market and they bought it. So there's really no reason not to like these people.
Dude, that was me in my old development, because we moved in right at the start of that development being built. So there were no homes really around our house. So we had this great view of just trees and it was like a cool vibe. And then all of a sudden, within a year, it was there's no view.
No.
We have a nice view of their front porch.
Oh, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. I mean,
I didn't have any ill will towards them.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's hard because I look at the house and hate the house, but I don't hate the people.
You should move out and take that house with you.
That would be a great thing. Boy, if that happened, they just picked it up and took it with them, I'd be like, they'd be the best neighbors in the world. Not on the top of the list, though, of what are the signs of a good neighbor. And they did, the poll did ask, okay, what makes a good neighbor? And I'll give you one of the highlights right now, and that is a good neighbor is someone that will accept packages or deliveries when you're away.
Oh, God, I do that for my neighbor.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point of where it's a little bit like stepping the boundaries, because
they're asking too much.
She gets a lot of packages.
She a drug dealer?
Nah, probably.
Okay, nice.
But she's just worried that there's going to be porch pirates. So we get a text immediately that Amazon texts her, "Hey guys, there's a package out on my porch. Can you get it?" And I'm like,
"Oh wow!"
And then she doesn't get home until 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So then, my packages.
Right.
No, you're not kidding. You're kidding.
Wow.
No, I swear to God.
Yeah, I'd shut that down.
That's a bit much. Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where she actually put on her Amazon profile, "If I'm not home, please ring my neighbor's doorbell."
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
For $70, she can get a package box specifically for this. Send her the link.
You need to buy this for her, because I don't think she's going to do it, man.
I'll buy it. Yeah, dude. Dude, you got to shut that down.
I
think at some point you got to look, man. I get up early or whatever. This is too much.
Usually my girlfriend deals with it. And
Does she like dealing with it?
She doesn't care. I mean, at that point, that's where it's if I don't have to do it, it's fine. But yeah, that's one of the big things that's been with our.
Yeah, that seems. That does seem like that's a real That's taking advantage of the neighbor situation.
Once a month to me would be taking advantage of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with you especially, you don't want to have to open your door, let alone take somebody else's packages. Oh, that's
I'll
cool.
do it if like but it would have to be a free. It would have to be like few and far between. But there's been times where like something was delivered to our house that was for our neighbor. I do the honorable thing and bring it to them.
Right.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah.
you're honorable.
Well, I just drop it in their front porch and I run off.
I'm just wondering what the dishonorable thing would be. Just to
open
see
it
if
and
you
use
like
it. There you go.
All right, fair
You
enough.
never know what they're getting in there, BJ.
Yeah, you're right. That is, I mean, you talk about a mystery gift.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Well, 92% of people believe they're a great person to live next to. So based on this, we want to know, what is the most epic or awesome thing that your neighbor has done? I think Danny qualifies, to be honest. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What is the most epic or awesome thing that your neighbor has done? Your calls and texts after Shinedown on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. 92% of people believe they're a great person to live next to. Yeah, okay, sure they are. Based on this, what is the most epic or awesome thing that your neighbor has done? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Okay, this wouldn't make you a great neighbor, but this is an epic story. 3 years ago, my neighbor had NCIS, the sheriff's SWAT team, and the DEA raid their house with flashbang grenades, and everybody was in full armor with assault rifles. It was epic. I watched it with a scotch in my hand outside my window.
Wow.
Yeah, that is epic, and you have to have lived in that neighborhood for a long time and that doesn't faze you. I would be like, I'm moving. Like, I can't have this.
Right?
I must be in a horrible neighborhood if this is what's going on. Wow. Yeah, it is pretty epic, though. I wouldn't mind being able to watch it with him with another scotch in my hand, then driving home. You know,
Did you see what just happened?
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't have to live here. Peace out.
So my neighbor pretty much saved our back neighbor's daughter. I guess we used to, they had a 3-year-old that would wander down our shared driveway and would come to our house. One day my Ring camera went off. We weren't home, but she's knocking for us, calling for her parents, no answer. We called our neighbors who luckily were home and they were able to get her, walk her back to her house where her 11-year-old sister was watching her and her little brother. Apparently she snuck out the door. Oh, that could have been bad.
Gosh, yeah. I don't know. Is an 11-year-old old enough to babysit? I'm not sure. Feel like I guess not when you think about it.
Yeah, you know, at 11, I feel like that might be that's still not yet ready. I feel like you got to hit the teens.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think, unless you're a really, really mature kid, I feel like, you're getting what you're paying for right there, letting an 11-year-old watch a little 3-year-old. Because those toddlers, man, they get out of it. I mean, they get out of your sight quick. You got to really keep your eye on them the whole time. How about this makes a great neighbor? Keeping an eye on your home when you're on vacation. I mean, they say they do. So I imagine they do. I mean, I told somebody I keep an eye on their home, but I mean, it's not like I'm watching it every 5 minutes.
You're not sitting on your porch with like binoculars.
Yeah, it's like if I see somebody weird, I suppose. But I can't say that I saw anybody weird. But then I can't remember how much I actually watched their home.
I like how you just say, yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. You're like, oh, yeah, did you leave that weekend?
If you saw somebody with like a ski mask crawling through one of their windows, would you at least call the authorities?
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, I feel like, though, I mean, who's going to be that obvious? A lot of times, people, I mean, you got folks scoping out the joints. Have you seen that where folks are just pretending to be workers and they're just scoping out your neighborhood? It's happened to us a couple times.
Oh, that's right. You had the person with the wheelbarrow, right?
Yeah, it's freaky. And so now every time I see anybody who looks like they're trying to be a worker, just sort of looking at us, or even somebody walking their animals, like I give everybody a hard time now. It's like, what are you doing on there? What are you doing? You don't live here. Get out of here. I hate to be that guy. But you just don't know who's casing the joint and who's just taking a leisurely walk.
No, that's a good point. Especially with a lot of places like dealing with like construction or whatever it may be. You might just assume, they must be one of the workers.
Yeah, and they're doing some work around on Mercer Island near my house, and so it's like to me that's when that other dude tried to sneak over with his wheelbarrow. He was like, they're doing construction on this house, they won't mind. And I'm like, you don't look like one of the workers for this house that they're building over here, Methy Mick. Yeah.
Methy Mick.
Good old Methy Mick. That was his name.
Mouse ears on his with a meth pipe.
Hi, I have a wheelbarrow and a meth pipe.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
this one, I'm listening from Rochester, New York. One winter day, I was outside snow blowing my driveway, and I decided, you know what, I'll help my neighbor out, who's a healthcare worker, and I cleared her driveway before she got home. I thought it was a good thing to do. She came over, pounded on my door. When I opened the door, she bitched me out for clearing out her driveway because it makes it harder for her to get in the driveway.
Nice.
Shaking my head.
Whoops.
I wonder if that Rochesterian used to listen to me back on WCMF, which, by the way, Jolene, she's back on the airwaves, and I hear she's doing some radio in Rochester.
How about
at that station? Good old Jolene.
Jolene rocks.
She's actually doing a few places, too, because she's like really cool. You know, she's all over the joint now.
She's really cool.
She's really cool. She's not just on one station. She's on a bunch now.
So on the flip side of that, I remember it was a big snowstorm in my old development. We had brand new neighbors, and they just seemed like they were just wound a little tight. Like, they were like, we would get letters from our homeowners association, like complaining about like dog poop outside. And it was like, as soon as they moved in, all of a sudden we were getting all these letters from like our homeowners association. But it was like, we had to argue with them because I'm like, dude, I have a 7-pound dog. The turds that you guys are saying that my dog's leaving are bigger than her paws. Like this is like, they are like massive, like they almost look human size. Like, you know what I mean? So it's
it's really hard. Yeah, you're right. Your dog shouldn't be the one that's the suspect.
But we're like, we're pretty sure like before that, no complaints. Once they moved in, complaint left and right. I'm like, oh, it's going to be those kind of neighbors. But big snowfall happened. And so I shoveled my front driveway or my front like walkway. And I was like, you know, it's the old school mentality of me when I was a kid. My parents forced me to do it for the neighbors as well. Luckily, they would give me some money. I was expecting it now because I'm an adult, but I was like, I might as well just.
That'd be great if you were expecting
that would be,
it.
Like, dude, my rate's $10.
Yeah, what are you doing? I just did your thing. So were you a good neighbor and you shoveled?
I shoveled their walkway as well, and it was the next time I saw him. He's like, "Hey, was it you that shoveled our walkway?" I'm like, "Yeah." And you could just almost look at like in his eyes. He's just like, "I'm sorry for being a douche to you guys." Like, and after that, we were great. Like, they were the nicest neighbors. But
kill them with kindness, man. You're right, dude. There's nothing better than that.
Oh, but before that, they were a pain in our ass, and it was the great. I never shoveled their walkway again. After I was like, I got what I needed.
Oh yeah, one and done. You're good.
Like, that's not. I don't want to be like Danny and his girlfriend, like just doing things for neighbors all the time.
Yeah.
See, dude. Here's the thing, though. You get when dogs are crapping all over your yard and you're not a dog person, it sucks.
Yeah.
And because I went through the other side of it, and unlike you, where they weren't reasonable because they just moved in, they had a big dog. I'd never had this problem before, and I went over and go, dude. And he's like, it's not my dog. I go, dude, it's never happened before, and you moved in and you have a dog that would take this size of a dump, and you let your dog run free, and you somehow just don't believe it's you, even though. You're the difference of my life. It's never happened until you moved in with your big dog that you do not put on a leash.
And I'm sure that's kind of what they were probably just thinking. They're just like, we're going to shut this down. And I'm like, oh, you picked the wrong neighbor.
Yeah. I think once I saw your dog, I'd be like, oh man, you're right. You put two and two together and go, there's no way your dog is producing that size.
Oh, my wife and I were laughing because I did send an email to the homeowners association with a picture of my dog. And it just said, do you think this dog is capable of the turds that you're accusing us of leaving?
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay.
They wrote back like, no, we don't. And we're sorry for bugging you.
That is the greatest email. That is the greatest response. And then they had to answer you back and go, yeah, we're sorry.
Oopsies.
Yeah, oopsies about the poopsies.
Dude, real quick, how about this one, though? Someone said, my wife saw somebody with a gun in our driveway. I went to confront this maniac because I'm an idiot. Well, it was my neighbor saving us from a big issue from this guy with a pellet gun. My neighbor, good dude, veteran of multiple branches, and he helped me wire my hot tub as well.
Dude, that is the good thing when you have like somebody that was in the military that lives near you. That's nice.
Looking out for you.
I mean, I have no idea if this is true, but my neighbors keep telling me we have a Navy SEAL in our neighborhood. A former Navy SEAL. And I feel so much better.
Do you have any bodies of water? You can find out. Maybe like they're hiding. No.
So talk about that. Yeah, we do. We actually have Lake Washington. Maybe that's why he moved here. He wanted to be close to his habitat, I guess.
Yeah, if you can't find him, check Lake Washington.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out there floating, like Navy SEALs do.
I feel like I do know where he is because there is a guy in my neighborhood that's pretty buff, and so I'm thinking that might be the guy. That
You should just go around asking every buff guy if they're a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
That's the trouble, is there's nobody else in our neighborhood that really would qualify.
Oh,
that's
okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's the thing. Is like, it's got to be that guy. Because I'm thinking, if it's the other guy, and boy, man, if he was a Navy SEAL, he's really decided to just not live the life anymore. Not to pick on that neighbor. All right, anyway. I'm a great neighbor, aren't I?
Oh, man, this text just real quick came in. It was awesome. I have the best neighbor. Well, I used to have the best neighbor. She was a bikini barista, and she would sunbathe in the front yard in a tiny bikini. She had sweet boobies.
Wow. Okay, you're right. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. Just but be you, and you're a great neighbor.
We're never moving.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Here's a woman that's in the news. Why? Oh, she just married her cat. Yeah,
Is it the Rev?
No, I'm not going to marry my children.
Why did she marry her cat? You're going to hear from her at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.